Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
He's absolutely Jason, he's absolutely gay. He'll absolutely brighten up the darkest rainy day. He's funny and loves movies, he's smart and he's a Jew. He's an actor and an activist and wants to hear from you.
Hey everybody, welcome to Absolutely Jason Stuart. I am here with three actually friends. They're all friends, they're all comedians, they're all actors. Everybody here is a hyphenate, but they're really known for being comedians.
First up,
yes, you are. First up, I have my friend from Portland, Oregon. She's all the way in here to do my show at the Long Beach Laugh Factory tonight at 8 p.m., which is Jason Stewart and Friends, which is a lot of gay and lesbian comics, and then one straight person, because we do like straight people. I do have two that can clean my house. I got that all out in one breath. Belinda's been on Portlandia and Grimm, and she has her own show there that she does at the Clown College, or what is that fucking place? That place I did the show at was
the Fun House, but I have a
Clown College.
Yeah, I have a regular show at Crush Bar, which is a gay bar in Portland. That's my regular show, and then I do big shows at Fun House, which is the Clown Bar.
Yes, and we'll take that and we'll put it on the other side. Not that I'm trying to microwave so people can see your face.
Oh, sure.
Put it on the other side. We don't want to mess your whole face up.
There it is. So better.
Put it close to your mouth. I know a penis hasn't been that close for I don't know how many years.
See, micromanage like a Jewish mother, right?
Speaking of gorgeous, we have Dante here, who is one of the
He's not a Jew,
one of the finalists on Last Comic Standing.
Yes.
Also an actor and a director and a writer in his own right. Just absolutely a wonderful friend.
And we've known each other forever.
Oh God, since the 1930s.
Yes, I did radio in the 30s.
I think we were in a show with Milton Berle and George Burns. And then, of course, his wife and girlfriend, both
fiance,
at the same time. Sometimes
it's the middle.
But I think of you as husband and wife because you've been living together so long.
Yeah.
Rebekah Kochan.
Kochan,
of course. That's what I said.
That's not what you said.
That's what I said. You're lying. Lies! They're all lies! And, of course, Rebekah, everybody knows her as sort of being a gay icon from being in all the Eating Out movies. And we did a movie together called Finding Mr. Right.
Yes, we did.
Which is one of my favorite funny scenes in a movie that I have.
I know. I love you in that movie.
I love you in that movie, too.
We did a great...
I like our bit.
It was one of the best things in the movie.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree.
And we had a great... And she's also a scream queen. And I can't tell you how many wonderful films you've been in.
Oh, wonderful.
Why don't we, since we're here, why don't we start with you? Now, I got to tell you, what's really interesting is I knew Rebekah and Dante completely separate, and then from totally different worlds. You from the gay movie world, and you from the stand-up comedy world. And it was, which happens so much all the time, because when I went to Oregon to do a show with Belinda, we knew so many of the same people.
Isn't that weird?
It's such a small
the
world.
world is
it's
like
the comic
this
world
big.
is like this big. You
Which
know what I
is
mean?
insane, but it is. Everyone knows everything.
What I want to know first is, I always like to know a little background. How did you start because you started as an actress?
Yeah.
And you started doing comedy when you met Dante, right?
Well,
because you were always funny.
Sort of. Well, thank you. I always wanted to do stand-up. I just didn't know how to go about getting into it. And so, a long time ago, I was calling around wanting to know about comedy classes, and I ended up getting a hold of this guy, and then the rest is history.
So who asked who out first? He asked you out.
I was kind of stalking him.
She was kind of stalking me and being very flirty, but I fell in love with her instantly. I'm not going to lie. Like the minute I saw her.
No offense, but because you're such a beautiful busty blonde,
Thank
you're
you.
sort of just you are the gal that all guys love. You're the fantasy girl. You're
wow, I
at least for me.
Always come on
It's
this show.
it's stroke your ego hour here.
Wow.
No, but it's the truth. It is true. You are the straight guy's dream.
No, I agree, but I'm
You're
just
like
saying.
the Goldie
Thank
Hawn. You know that.
I'll take it.
You know that kind of thing. So you would think that Dante, being the sexy,
I went nuts when I saw her.
Because I went nuts when I saw her, and I wasn't
right, and not
I'm
even
straight.
interested.
And I forgot that I was gay for a minute.
Wow,
You know,
man, that's incredible.
Didn't we have sex during lunch?
Probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
we did.
Most likely.
Yeah. So how did it happen?
So she walked up. Well, actually, I want to tell something I've never said before.
Uh-oh.
She and I, when she called me up to take these classes, I think I actually started falling in love with her on the phone because we talked for like 2 hours, right?
Oh, that's the perfect thing.
Yeah, totally.
She
It
even
is.
cried to me on the first.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I
Don't
don't
lie.
think I cried.
No, you did.
On the
You
phone.
did. Yes, you did.
Don't think that happened, but
But
I'm
you
sure
did.
whatever.
And then when I was 8.
No, you cried. You got a little teary-eyed because you said I should have not let people pick on my brother in high school, and you got like teary-eyed about it while we were talking.
Oh, you're very
You
sweet.
were on the phone, Dante. You can't see tears on the phone.
I could tell her voice was breaking
could
up.
hear them.
And she was like blowing her nose afterwards, and I could just tell she started
Well, it was a
crying.
performance. It
And
was
this
an
was
actual
also
performance.
at Hooters. I was at Hooters having this conversation
You
where
were
I
not.
was employed at that time.
You were?
Yeah, totally.
Did you go topless?
No, it's a fucking restaurant.
It's a
Come on.
restaurant. You wear
Have
the,
you
the
ever been there?
outfits.
Jeez.
Were you a Hooter girl?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dante, ask that question again.
Have you ever been there?
Okay, just think about that.
Lots of gay guys would come in
You know
because they
what?
liked the food and they thought it was funny that they were
They
going
like
to
the
Hooters.
food at Hooters.
Yes, the food is really good.
Oh,
I don't
it
know
is
why
not.
there's not like a
I've been
guy
to,
one
I've been
called
to Hooters
Wieners.
twice.
And
I
the
have been
food's
to
good,
Hooters.
right?
The wings are decent. They're
Yes.
not bad.
Okay.
I know.
They're
This
I
is
know.
from a
really good.
lesbian.
Yeah, I
you don't
feel like a
count.
bad feminist right now admitting this on the air.
With your boobs, I mean, they enter the room 5 minutes before you do.
I know,
I am a
it's true.
feminist as well, and let me just say though, Hooters has more women in upper management than any other corporation in America.
Really?
That is a fact.
Wow.
Yes. I know. So there you go.
Ta-da.
Ta-da.
And the
Hooters,
problem,
the secret
only problem with
Yes,
this
organization.
that I find with-
Correct. I know.
Wow.
'Cause they employ, they promote within, and so just now
Oh.
it's a bunch of women running.
So then you
everything.
can put
they
your top
promote
true.
within.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then
Hey.
and then you can put your top back on. Okay.
The problem, though, is straight men see it as being a strip club where women have their clothes on. And
Sure.
so that's how they treat them. It's very strange.
Yeah.
It's a restaurant where they're just dressed scantily.
But
you
the
know.
movie,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the
It's
movie,
dolphin
the
shorts.
movies.
Well, women are already objectified just in regular society if you're just
Right.
walking down
Right.
the street. So you put them in a place where they're supposed to be objectified, or that's the focus.
Right.
Then they're going to be objectified even more. Then
Right.
dudes are like free license. You know.
Totally.
Right.
Well, come on.
Sorry, dudes.
Hooters does say that, doesn't it? I mean, the idea of the place is to see boobies.
No.
But no,
No,
not to,
to
see
see-
boobs.
To see
It's
cute
just like-
girls
see
wearing a
pretty
tank
girls
top
wearing-
and dolphin shorts.
Right.
Yeah, but there are no flat-chested women that get hired there.
Totally, there
Totally.
are. And are you kidding me? Like half the girls were like these anorexic actresses that had no boobs.
But
that
they
worked at our
also
Hooters.
put on, they stuff them a little.
Sure, of course they do. But I mean, like there were.
That's what I
lots
said to
of-
my friend Alexandra Paul from Baywatch. She always says, I have to wear falsies. I said, honey, falsies are just like shoulder pads. It's just an accent or a
Yeah.
belt or a nice pin. I mean, that's what that's what I think. If the dress looks better with bigger boobs, then you want to have bigger
They
boobs.
just have bigger boobs.
I think so.
Yeah.
I really
I don't
do
think there's anything wrong
But
with it.
don't you wear a certain kind of bra for certain dresses?
Yeah, like I'm
Yeah.
wearing a push-up bra today.
Yeah. I mean,
Right,
I
and it
think
looks
You
fabulous.
know,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
and me, what I do is I shave my balls and then I cut a little
Yeah?
hole and then I show with a little because I think we should be able to do the same
That
thing.
is so cute.
Just a little peek window.
Hi, how are you? Would you like super salad with that?
That's adorable.
Oh God.
Oh.
So how did you start acting? Because you're a nice Jewish girl from the Valley, right?
No, I'm from Las Vegas, which is another valley. But yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So you basically
which is a
majored
shithole.
in.
She was the Jew at that time in
Yes,
Las Vegas.
Totally. There weren't I was the only Jew that went to my school. All through
Really?
school. Oh yeah.
It's all
It was all
Mormons.
Mormons.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
So you were like a whore almost.
Yeah.
Compared to them.
She was able to watch Grease, and all the other girls thought she was a whore for
Just by
watching Grease.
dating. I mean, dating someone, you'd be considered a whore.
Right.
And then you got to play all these whores in movies,
Correct.
so it's like practice.
It's like a biopic.
But
of
you're
my
not
life.
that way at all, just to
No.
let people
Oh,
know.
you're a lifetime
She really
original
isn't.
movie.
I know.
But that's so funny because I think women that play sexy kind of parts are always girls that are not, because what they do is they use that sexuality to get them roles, and in real life they have the control and they have the power, because most sexy women are very powerful.
She was an adult when she first really dated somebody, or even had sex. I was like a child,
Yeah.
right? Like,
totally. I waited till I was 18 to have sex.
Right.
Whoa, really?
I mean,
Yeah.
most people are
Congratulations.
children.
Thank you.
It's high school or whatever. You're a child.
My
at that
partner's
point.
like that too, like 19. I was like 19.
Yeah.
Well, she's a born again,
happens.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she
But not
was. She
anymore.
was.
Not
She
anymore.
was.
Yeah. She's left the church and everything.
So what's
Born
your
again lesbian.
Yeah, she's a born again lesbian.
Oh, we're going to
that's
talk
for
all
sure.
about that.
Oh, yeah,
We're going to
yeah.
go down that street. We're
I
gonna,
can't wait.
I
I
had to text
can't
her and be like,
wait.
okay, I'm about to expose your life to everybody, so
We're going to drive on
you're
that street,
okay.
and then we're going to crash, and then we're going to get off and go through rehab.
Wow. Oh, God, this is going
I
to get
love
so
it.
exciting.
that sounds like my life, sure.
So what was your first acting part?
I first did Annie when I was 9, and I was Annie in a
my
production.
favorite
and
movie, or
it's
my favorite, like, play.
musical.
Yeah, I love
it's
it.
a great one. And so I was like
like my
totally
favorite.
hooked from that moment on, because I grew up singing and dancing. My mom always put me in dance classes. And
And you're going to
stuff.
be in a musical coming out soon.
I did it already, yeah.
What's it
absolutely.
called?
It's called Waiting in the Wings, and
I
I,
love
sing
it.
in it, which was really fun because I don't sing a lot anymore. So I just grew up always doing community theater in Vegas, and I started doing dinner theater on the Strip when I was 13, which is illegal, but that's a whole other story altogether.
Really? What did you
Totally.
do? What
I
shows?
would do. Well, I just did a bunch of dinner theater at different showrooms on the Las Vegas Strip. Like
Well,
I would
they
get
do-
hired out.
They would
And
think
when-
she was like a
they thought-
18-year-old.
Right. They thought I was of age because I was really good at fixing myself at that point in time. And I got paid $75 a show when I was only 13. And I remember thinking, like, man, if I'm getting paid $75 a show at 13, just think of what I'll be getting paid when I'm an adult. And
$75
It's a show. That's it. Yeah.
Or at least 100.
I know.
Right.
Oh, the irony.
Yeah.
I mean, our business is the only business that you make less money as you go on.
I know. It's true.
It's true.
I mean,
He's not lying.
Well,
I know.
You know, and Dante, so you've been a comedian for how long?
86 since 86. Not
Wow.
86 years, but since
I'm
1980.
83.
83?
Yeah, that's when I
Yeah.
started.
Wow.
And when did you start doing stand-up?
Just 7 years ago.
And you, Belinda?
I started doing it in 2008.
Oh, God.
So you and I are the same age.
Yeah.
Okay, well, why don't we
that's
before, we're going to
right.
go out to a
That's
break,
right.
but as we're going to a break, I want to show a little clip of Rebekah and her work as an actress.
Ooh.
And we have some stuff from the Eating Out movies, which were, I think, 5 of them.
There's 5,
And
yeah.
you were sort of the straight kind of...
One messing their lives up. And
She's
all
the
that.
only one who's in every movie.
Let's
Yeah.
play that clip.
For the show, if you don't walk out
Tiffany, we're in a coffin.
Shut up! You're ruining my fantasy!
Oh, God. So hard. I just need to pray. Compliments will get you nowhere unless you're straight and hung like Mr. T. Let me introduce you to the girls. Pam, Candy, Connie Ben, Dutiatam, Kwanzaa, Lakakage, Kaumerui. Honey, I'm gayer than a Kevin Spacey, Anderson Cooper chicken wrap. Finally, let's get to the prostituting. Auctioning. $50. We got a $50 bid. Who's gonna give me a $50 bid? $50 bid, anybody? $50. $50 bid.
I cannot believe.
You spilled your sunny delight. How could you? Okay. I'm a jealous woman, but at least I feel something. You're an emotionless stripper who uses his body as a bargaining chip. And that's not gonna get you anything but a $30 bill shoved up your ass.
You're fat.
How do you think I felt watching that guy choke you? How do you think I felt watching Todd being held?
Yo, what's up, what's up? This is Too Short and you're watching T-Radio V.
Join Dave Navarro and friends for Dark Matter, Wednesdays at 9 p.m. on T-Radio V.
Dave Navarro here, Dark Matter Radio, TRadioV.com.
The universe is vast, enormous, huge, full of stars, planets, and matter. Some of the matter is so dense that not even light escapes.
Get on the mic, get on the mic, get on the mic, get on the mic, Frank.
Pardon me, sir. Pardon my reach.
See, and you guys were worried. I think this is going great.
Pardon my reach.
Get the away from me, dude.
You are really beautiful.
Thanks, you guys.
He's one of the most beautiful people I've ever known.
This is pretty much every week. He brings in a guest that tells him how beautiful he is.
Pardon my reach? If you have to reach over me, then don't do it.
He is the straightest gay guy I know.
Dave Navarro signing off. Dark Matter. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Dark Matter with Dave Navarro, Wednesdays at 9 p.m. on T-Radio V.
Yo, what's up? This is your boy Kyle Master, and you're checking out T-Radio V.
T-Radio V. T-Radio V.
Hello, T-Radio V. Love you guys.
Radio in TV.
Radio in TV.
If the fish swam out of the ocean and grew
Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
Okay, we're back at Absolutely Jason Stewart with my guest, Rebekah
Kochan.
Kochan, I don't want to say it wrong.
Thank
and I've
you.
known you only 20 years. Dante and Belinda Carroll, all comedians, all actors, all directors. And so you direct commercials also.
Yeah, I've directed some commercials. And
you have a film that's just come out this year on DVD.
Yes.
Starring yourself,
and
Rebekah.
starring Rebekah,
Bobby
Jamie Kennedy.
Oh,
nice.
Bobby
That's great.
Lee.
Yeah, Bobby Lee.
What's the movie called?
It's called Bro, What Happened?
Nice.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious. She and I wrote
I will
it
look
together.
for it.
And
Tell us what it's about.
All right, so it's Superbad meets The Hangover on a college campus. These producers, a producer who worked with her in a lot of her horror movies, had teamed up with another producer, and they found funding for 5 films. And they're really smart about what they were doing. Rather than just going, we're going to make a film about this and this and this, they said, hey, we have other people's money. We want them to reinvest the next time. Thank you, dear. We're going to ask the distributor what he wants. And so they asked what he's light on, and he said this and that, and wanted a Hangover meets, Superbad type movie. And so that's what we wrote.
How is Hangover different from Superbad? No, I'm kidding.
Well, you know,
So they're
that
different.
same genre of like.
One is smoking pot and having fun, and the other one is smoking pot and getting in trouble.
and then wondering where you were. So
And getting
right.
a tattoo.
It's all the
Right.
same.
And a
kind
tooth
of,
comes out.
So this movie, unlike The Hangover, where they investigate what they did that night, this is all through retellings. So let's say she and I wake up, bad things have happened to us, which is not us. But then we ask you, do you remember seeing us? And you're like, I remember seeing you for about 20 minutes at the party. So you make the story go on, and we go into flashback when your character
When I
comes in.
saw
that sounds like fun.
the preview for 3, Hangover, and the giraffe, I just thought, oh my God.
Right.
That his whole head gets cut off. That was like, oh dear God. And then of course, Ken Jeong's tiny little, almost minute penis.
I know.
I mean, now we all
and
know.
he shows it off everywhere.
Now we all know.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, do you think he's a grower, not a shower? I'm just praying.
I know, right?
I'm praying. I'm praying because he seems like a nice guy.
He's been
He
married
does.
for years. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
I used to know him from the Laugh Factory.
Right. That's where he would always play.
And he was all the time there. I never would have seen him being, because he was so conservative.
He was a doctor.
And he has a new show now. It's a pilot. It's called Dr. Ken.
Huh.
Oh.
Good for him.
Yeah,
He's a nice guy. He deserves
yeah, very
it.
nice guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he did everything back then. Like, he was just always hanging around. And then I would turn on, like, bad LA cable, and it would be like the Asian comedy show on, like Vietnam TV. And it's not
Really?
even Vietnamese, but yeah, and then you'd see him come out, and it was just any Asian
Didn't he used to
comic.
wear a coat, a lab coat?
I don't know.
I think he did when he first started.
Maybe.
Yeah. So how did you start doing comedy? Where did you start?
So I started in San Diego. And
cool.
Yeah. It was weird. My high school was like a mecca for comics. So, do you know
high school?
Faison Love?
Of course.
Okay, so Faison Love and I, we both went
Ada
to-
Rodriguez, a good friend of mine, just was on tour with him recently.
Oh, yeah,
somewhere.
he's great. I've known him since we were in junior high. And
Good actor, too.
He's a great actor. And so he and I went to Patrick Henry High School, and I didn't know he wanted to do stand-up, whatever. It just wasn't, he was older than me. So he had left school. I have always wanted to be a stand-up comic. And by the time I was like, I don't know, 14 or something, I just turned to a friend one day in drama class and said, let's do stand-up. And so we started doing it, like
Did you go to the
practicing it.
improv there?
Well, what we did is we
'Cause
went to the improv and the comedy store and all those, and we started doing it. But when we got to the comedy store, Faison was now a doorman there and must have been doing it since high school.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, I was like, hey.
Just to let people at home know, the doormans at all the comedy stores are always comedians.
Always comedians,
yeah.
right. So I said to him, I was like, dude, you're not 21. How did you get this? He's like, hey, he looked the same always. Like in junior high, he looked like Faison Love.
Wasn't
does
he
now.
on, what big drama was he on? Wasn't he on Breaking Bad?
No,
No,
that was Lavelle Crawford.
Lavelle Crawford. I mixed them up. Okay,
Yeah.
because they're both big guys.
Because you're racist.
Because you're racist.
No, well, they're both heavy-set black guys.
You're right. So,
but they sort of have a similar look in a sense. Their physical look.
Sort of. Sort
And they have
of-ish.
they're both quiet.
Lavelle's got a strange head, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you?
Well, let's say it louder so he comes and kills us.
I've known Lavelle forever. Anyway, whatever. So he had a fake ID, and I said, "Tell you what, you lie to these guys and say that I'm 19 so that in 2 years I will come in with my fake ID and they'll let me in.
2 years?
Right.
Oh,
so
God.
That's really planning ahead, though. That's some good, like,
I know.
So at 14,
organization.
I knew that when I was like 16 and a half, maybe 17, I'd have this fake ID.
Oh, my God.
And I would come in. And so these guys, he would just go, oh, yeah, he's like Ralph Macchio. This kid graduated like 2 years after me, and he has his fake ID. So they would let me run in, do my show, and then run out. And
Was
then
Comedy Store your main club?
it was my main club, but I did play the improv when Dave Becky was the booker there.
Was he?
Yeah, he was the booker.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just really recently hung out with him at Sundance.
Yeah.
He was really sort of fun. Honestly, I hadn't seen him so long. You forget
Forever.
somebody's face.
Right.
Sure.
And he was great. I'm in a film there called Tangerine that's coming out through my Magnolia Pictures this summer.
You don't say. You've never mentioned it to me.
Yeah, never. So why don't we show a clip and let people see what
Bro, What
Dante
Happened?
in action. Is this your movie, Bro, What Happened?
I don't know.
Which is the clip you sent us. Let's see a clip on Dante's work. And is this a demo reel?
It's just part of my demo reel, so I don't know what it has on it.
Okay, let's see some stuff.
Let's see what happens here.
And Frank is going, oh my God, I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, yeah, this is me. I play a drug dealer in the movie, and Rebecca plays my wife. And I'm insane.
I love his silver lame shorts so much.
I love that whole outfit. It's
Right.
The
amazing.
fact that you actually wrote this for yourself.
Yeah.
Whoa, you're freaking me out, man. Are you getting nervous?
And that kid is like the main kid.
Nervous. I get nervous, and I don't like to get
the
nervous.
heavy
I can't
set
believe
kid.
I'm not in this movie.
This looks like every strip club in Portland.
You're not a cop?
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Sure
But
does.
Every other building is a strip club in Portland.
It's true. Yeah.
Hey, look, there's Lavelle Crawford / Phase on Love.
Oh, fuck, I'm wearing flip-flops! I'm
She
say
re-
something
oh,
to you, and I want you to
cut
listen.
it out. She would really sniff the powdered sugar.
If anyone
I thought you were
touches,
supposed to. No one told me not to.
I'm going to take clippers, and I am going to cut off your testicles,
I want to hear it too.
and I'll feed them to you. If she gets a splinter, not anything, you know what I'm going to do? I will cut your throat open, and then I'm going to pee in your eyeballs. And then I'm going to open your neck. I am going to take a shit inside your fucking neck, and I will fuck your neck. I will shit rape your fucking neck. Do you understand me? Yes, Mr. Tom. Sorry. God. It's the cocaine, man. I'm sorry. It was out of line. That's how I meant it, but it was out of line. You're my friend. I love this guy. Mwah! I love you, Cal. You're a good man. How are you, Chiba?
I'm good, man. I see you still got Monkey Boy.
I do.
Hi, Chiba. You didn't teach him English?
Who has time to teach English, right? You got my stuff?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got my money?
Yes. I'd like to see the stuff first.
Want to see the money?
I love that. I love that you're playing some. I still haven't watched it. I feel bad.
That's all right.
It's on my stack of things to watch.
Okay.
Of all my friends, I have.
Did I give it to you?
Yeah, yeah. I
Okay,
have
good,
it.
good.
But it's on my stack of things to watch. I'm still behind. I'm looking at it, but I get to everything.
Good.
Between
Good.
online and I try to watch.
Yeah, we
everything.
get to everything too. It takes us a while. Like I
Yeah.
feel bad sometimes, but and then
Have you
even
watched
stuff
Mentor?
she's in.
Have you watched Mentor?
Mentor?
No,
No,
I've
what
not
is that?
watched
I sent
it.
you.
I'm
It's
so
my web
sorry.
series.
Oh, it's his web series. It's really funny.
I have to watch it.
Yeah.
She saw the whole thing. It's 6 episodes.
I'll watch it.
It's basically Curb Your Enthusiasm meets Girls meets Louis C.K. So it's a comedy drama.
Sounds
But
great.
it's shot. It really has a look, and I think that's the thing that happens now with movies and TV shows is because we want to do them so badly that we forget that it has to have a look and a feel.
Yeah, that's have
Sure.
a feel. You have to be like
Yes.
And each one of those that you just named had its own look and feel.
Yeah, and you
So
can
I
bring it
totally
up
different.
immediately.
So when
as
I
soon
had
as
all the
somebody
meetings with the
says,
DP,
yeah.
because I also directed it for the first time. I probably haven't directed as many things as you, so my first time.
That's awesome.
And I wanted to have these elements of that, of dark and light, depending on what was happening. It was really fun. We got nominated for 3 Indie Series Awards.
Congratulations.
Yeah, which I was sort of shocked. So that's cool. And if anybody wants to see it, they can go to jasonstewart.com, STUART, and just click on Mentor, and you can see all 6 episodes.
Love it. And how long are they?
They're from 5 to 10 minutes each.
Yeah, they're super
easy.
short.
That's
It's like
easy.
watching a movie, like when you watch the whole thing.
Right.
So,
But it's
them back
really
to back.
episodic in nature. It's like a
Oh,
binge.
sure, but I'm saying
it's-
the time
Yeah,
period,
yeah.
yeah.
It's 40 and 45 minutes. It's sort of binge watching in the same way that you watch. You know, I got to talk about this just for a second. I'm watching a new show on Netflix called Bloodline.
Is it
which
good?
I think it's great.
Ooh, I've been reading a lot
Netflix
about
has
it.
a lot of really good
Yeah,
shows
lots of
coming
people
out.
say it's really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, I'm really into it. I mean, we should all do. I've wanted to do something with you guys for the longest
Forever,
time. But
I
I want to
know.
do something different that you guys have never done.
Great.
You
Me
know what I
too.
mean?
Why not?
I want to do
Us
something
too.
surprising. That's what I'd like to do. Something really.
You mean
really
a web series?
Either a web series or a movie, whatever it is. I think what I was talking to my friend Alexander on the phone yesterday. I'd written a script for a movie called Broken Dishes about this kid that was bullied. And you think, okay, is it a movie? Is it a TV show? Well, how does people? And Kevin Spacey was at this, I guess, one of these internet kind of conferences, and
Yeah.
he talked about. He said, "What is House of Cards? It's a 12-hour movie."
Yeah.
So how do we watch stuff now? How do you watch, Meryl Streep and Iron Lady? Most people watched it online.
Right.
They didn't see it in the movie theater. You don't unless something
Unless you live in Hollywood and you got the screener.
Right.
Yes. Well, then you're
Right.
still watching it on
Right.
TV.
Right.
Either on your computer or on your television set. Everybody has really large TVs in their house now.
Right.
I mean, it's like being in a small, tiny little screening room.
Yeah.
And unless it's a big film like Star Wars or one of the big, epic cartoon movies.
Where it's necessary to watch it on a 40-foot screen
Well,
because that's part of the
'cause,
experience. You know.
One of the kids that I mentor said, I saw Boyhood. It seems slow. I said, because you saw it on TV. This is not. This movie is shot to be shown on the big screen. There's a
Right.
lingeringness there's a mood to it. It's like, I don't know, when you shot your movie, did you think about that when you shot?
Sure, because it's pacing, and when you watch it, it is constantly moving. It is a fast-paced.
But did you
like
do
it,
a lot of establishing shots, and did you need to do that because if people are going to see this in the theater, and this was a straight to video,
We knew it was straight to video.
So you shot it for television then?
Correct. But
Yeah.
here's the thing, and this goes to what you're saying. It also is one of those movies, just like Boyhood. Ours has so many twists and little turns that if you watch it at home and you pause it, you're not going to get the full effect. Because I know people have seen my movie.
But it's a tight 90 minutes, am I correct?
It's a tight 90 minutes, but if you get up to make a sandwich, you go to the bathroom, you make a phone call, you've lost everything because you need to see this scene lead into this
That's
scene.
what Belinda was sort of saying with mine. There's something about just watching one episode that doesn't seem fulfilled, but when you watch them all in a row, but yet...
Because it builds.
Yeah, but yet you do not want to watch... When I re-edit it and put them all together, it didn't work as well. So you have to
It's episodic. But
Yes.
That's the thing. Is that's the same way
You
as
stop,
like.
have the black, go, oh my God, I can't wait to watch the next one.
Well, it's the same way as like these are dramas, but like House of Cards and Scandal. It's like watching one, you go, what the heck? Because you have to watch all of them, and
We're
then
going to
it
be
all
back in
kind of
just a
fits in.
minute talking with these three incredible artists here on Absolutely Jason Stewart. Please stay with us.
Hey, hello, this is David Faustino, and you are watching T Radio V. Do you see what I'm saying? It's television crossed with radio. It's all together. It's weird. Radio's in the middle of it. It's amazing. You're watching it. Go.
Love and marriage, love and marriage.
This is Quick Fix Radio.
Quick Fix Radio.
Yeah. Check it out, y'all. We back in the building. What's going on?
Yes, sir. What it do? We got some super special guests up in the place,
In
man.
the building, we got all five live in the building. Bone Thugs in the building.
All
Everybody.
five live
we here,
in the
we
house
up in here
tonight, y'all.
Not
What's going on?
Hey man, I had to come see what this TV radio what this all about. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
We got Game on the line. Game, what's going down, baby?
What up? What up, man?
What's going on? Oh man, we got EPO
Gee.
Who's this on the phone with us?
Yo, what up, man? It's Akon.
Oh, in the building. Line, who is this on the line?
Be real.
We got Be Real. Oh, Be Real. What else we got on the line?
This Ty Dolla $ign right here.
What up, Ty Dolla $ign in the building. Thanks to all the fans for stopping by.
The Quick Fix with Crazy Bone, right here on T Radio V.
Geeks, wake up! We got big news. I'm not gonna mumble this time. Geekscape, the long-running movie, video game... Let me do one more. Hey Geeks, we got big news! Geekscape, your favorite show about movies, video games, comics, and TV is coming to T-Radio V, Monday, October 6th. And it'll be on every Monday from then on, 7 p.m. Until the apocalypse happens, we're all eaten by zombies.
Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
Hey, we're back at Absolute Jason Stewart, and I'm here with my guests, Belinda, Carol, Dante, and Rebekah.
Oh, Kochan.
Kochan.
My last name's Kochan.
I know.
I'm totally going to know your last name by the end of this,
let's
though.
hope so.
But I want to make sure I don't do. I am the king of pronouncing people's names wrong. Rebekah Kochan.
I'm
so
the same
Belinda,
way.
I met, and we had met through another comedian,
Terry Joyce.
Terry Joyce, who
Yeah.
was
I
also
love Terry.
who was on the original Last Comic Standing. Is she
Yeah.
in LA now?
She's in LA now. Yeah.
And I've not heard from
I'm
her.
hoping that she comes to the show tonight. She was talking about coming to the show tonight. So.
I would love to have her on the show sometime.
Say hi.
Yeah.
I
Say
adore
hi.
her.
I will.
She's
Yeah.
great.
She's one of my favorite people. I love her. She went to Portland for a little while, so we became
She was
friends.
doing a radio show there about. She's the pot queen.
Yeah.
That's right. So I met you through her, and then you hired me to do a couple shows with you.
For Pride.
Pride in Portland, and also Pride in Boise. We just clicked and
Yeah.
had a great time. And she's actually staying at my house now while she's doing the show.
Yeah.
And then she's going to stay with a friend in Long Beach. And we're doing a show tonight, if anybody's listening, at the Long Beach Laugh Factory at 8 o'clock. Please come. It's a wonderful lineup. We have Renee Santos, gorgeous. We have Todd Masterson, and we
I love Todd.
And
I know.
Aiden Park.
Aiden Park, and myself, and Laura House. Who
Well-
does not do a lot of stand-up.
I love just watching you, so I would come just
I
for
know.
the
it's
Jason
nice.
Stewart show.
Oh, that's very sweet.
It's true.
It is true.
We love you.
And I met you, and you have. I want to tell people a couple of really cool credits that you have. You actually got to be on Portlandia.
I did.
Amazing.
With
Portlandia.
Katie Lang.
I did.
It's Portlandia. It's Portlandia or Landia?
As a lesbian that came out in '93, that was like a huge deal for me.
Wow, that's
like
amazing.
it was, and we don't know who you were. You don't really know who you're working with before
Sure.
the whole thing. So they send me the sides.
How
and
could
everything.
they not tell you?
And they don't disclose, like they just don't do it. And so I get there and I'm standing on set and we're in this like forest because we're doing a camping scene. And
Lesbians camping?
I know, it's shocking, isn't it? And I was the only femme one. I'm like, this is how it would actually go down in my actual life. You know what I mean? Like,
It was
this is
a
actually
biopic
what
on your
happened.
life.
And so anyway, so she walked on set, so I thought that I knew her. Like, I thought that we were buddies.
I always do that
you didn't
too.
recognize her.
I
you
just
know?
was like, oh, lesbian. All right, I know who you are. And so I turned around and I was like, hey. And so she was just like, this is the coolest girl ever. So it was great. So we had a great time. It was really fun.
So did you know
She's
who she
like
was?
the nicest. If you have a crush on Katie Lang, it's completely justified and you should continue to do
Yes.
so. It's totally true.
She's
Amazing.
a player.
She's
I've heard.
amazing.
She's
Huh?
a player. I've heard.
I'm not speaking
How
to
does she
that.
look
I will
today?
say that she flirts very, very well.
That's what I mean.
will
She
say
really.
that.
And she has.
Does she look good today?
Oh, she looks amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. She's like 50 something, but she looks fucking amazing. Oh, can I say that on there?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Beep. But yeah, she looks great. And I also worked with Jason Sudeikis
On the same episode?
on the same episode.
Oh my God! I almost
was
did a
really
film
great.
with him. I was up for a film. Am I still waiting to hear it? No, I didn't. I don't know if I got it, but I auditioned for a film that he's in. I think he's so good.
Yeah, he is really, really
What was
good.
he like?
And you know, the show's basically improv. You do like you have your
So
kind of bones and everything, and then you improv from there. And yeah, he was excellent. He was just
and Carrie Brownstein,
and really
who's
nice.
brilliant improv person, and Fred.
Yeah.
They're both brilliant on it. He's become so cool because of this show.
Oh yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
So it
Well,
shows
he's on Seth Meyers now. He's doing the band leading, and he's just got all sorts of. And then he's got a new IFC
show
thing,
called
American documentary.
He's doing another
Yeah.
show, about American
Yeah,
documentary.
and he's also really just the coolest guy.
Really?
Oh
That's
my
always
God,
great to
yeah,
hear.
yeah.
He lives in Portland a couple months out of the year.
I don't know. Have you spent any time in Portland?
Yeah, lots.
So
Lots.
Portland has its own vibe, right? Like
Oh,
its own,
yeah.
like, hey
no
man,
one
what's
washes
going
their
on?
clothes, and they all smoke.
Do you want to go like smoke? Yeah. Do you want to go smoke a bowl at the round back? You know, that's Portland, right?
Totally, I love it.
And besides the smoking a bowl part, P.S. The Portlandia set is much the same way. Like they treat like the background, it's cool, man. Just come hang out with the actors, man. Like it's just really, it's like not as regimented.
So people don't know at home. We'll just tell them at home so they don't feel left out. When you do a movie or something, there's a lot of hierarchy of where everybody is. There's actors, extras,
and it's depending on your level of acting too. Like, oh well, you're an under 5, so you're going to be in this tent.
Exactly.
And you're the star, so you're going to be in this tent and that kind of thing.
Well, they don't have a tent; they have their own trailer.
Well, you know what I mean.
And you did Grimm also.
I did Grimm, yeah.
Yeah, and you played. Tell me what you played. You played a punk rock girl that turns into some sort of
some sort of monster, and I can't remember the name. They have all sorts of weird names for the monsters.
And you
I cannot
spent
remember
how many hours in makeup?
Oh well, the entire shoot was 16 hours.
Dear God.
Yeah.
And
it was a long shoot.
Yeah.
And same with Portlandia though, because we did like a.
You spent days though doing that.
Yeah, it was like 4 days, but there was one day where we like got on set at like 5 in the morning, and then we had to do a camping scene at night, and we had to actually wait for the sun to set.
Yeah.
And in Portland during the summer, because this is August, Portland during the summer it doesn't get dark until 10, and so we were on set from 5 a.m. to like 1 in the morning.
With Katie Lang.
It was a hard job. It was really difficult. It was rough, but I did it. I made it through, and
and you were also a social network queen. I mean, you were so brilliantly gifted at it.
Sure, I'm brilliantly gifted.
Are you good at that?
I'm brilliantly gifted at spouting my mouth off. I don't know if that's success in social media, but no, I do. I know a lot about Facebook and Twitter and all the things.
She lives on it. I mean,
I do.
I think there's been like 5
I do.
minutes.
Well, I write for a publication called PQ Monthly, which is the gay publication for
Portland.
For Portland.
And
Well,
now
it's for
it- now
Oregon.
it's out- now-
Oregon, Washington.
Yeah.
And I'm the social media person for them too, so I do social media for publications. And
So I have a
stuff, too.
question.
Sure.
If you could give someone one piece of advice to like help.
That's exactly what I was going to ask
Right.
next.
Yeah. To help their own
Quit
social
doing
media.
Jason's job, babe.
It's okay. It's okay now. It's
Get
okay.
out, Dante.
I don't mind, honestly.
I would say my biggest piece of advice is actually engage your followers. Like, don't treat social media as if like it's promotion after promotion after promotion. Like,
Right.
just like, oh, I'm doing a show here, but without like being like
Personal.
engaging your followers. Like for me, like as a comedian, what I do on my social media is I post at least one joke a day.
Smart.
And then I post articles that I'm interested in, and I post books that I'm interested in, or I'll see something on Netflix and I'll be like, oh, this thing on Netflix. And it gets people interested in what you're doing, and then they feel like they're your friend. So then when you go to,
promote.
Or if you go to promote, or you go to BFE to do a show or whatever, those people come out to see you because they feel like they know you.
You're so
and
right.
that's the hugest thing about social media.
Show us
If
this
you could do
picture,
that,
Frank, of her in Portlandia. It's so great.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
she's
if you
telling
can
us about social
do,
media.
if you can do the hashtagging and all that stuff, that's
Does that
technical
help?
stuff. It does, but I mean, it's not the end all be all. The main thing is engagement and
Connecting
really creating.
Now, is
and
it
really
starting your own
connecting.
hashtag, or is it latching onto something that's already popular, like hashtag love, hashtag?
Well, I mean, if you can start your own hashtag, that's amazing, but that's like going viral.
Oh, that's
like,
Doug.
It happens. It's
That's
such
you
a-
with Doug, right? Doug
You can
Stanhope.
almost, yeah, it's Dick
Nice.
Stanhope.
Is that in Portland?
Yeah,
He's
that's
always in Portland. He's always in Portland.
That's actually the basement of Dante's.
Yeah.
Oh
we
my
love
gosh,
their
we
pizza.
love Dante.
Oh yeah.
We
yeah,
go there,
yeah.
get the pizza, then we'll go to Voodoo Donuts or something.
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
The one with Fred. How do you say it's
Margaret
Fred?
Show.
Margaret Show.
Oh, that's with Margaret. And then
That's
you
in
did,
South by Southwest in
and
Austin.
then you got the show. What you did with Fred. There's a picture with Fred.
Yeah.
That's
That's
Ginny
Ginny Garofalo.
Garofalo. It's actually showing. Oh my God! Without your red hair.
Yeah, it was before I had the red hair.
And then there's the last one will be the picture with at Portlandia. Which
Yeah, at the rap party with Fred.
Fred.
I have several pictures of
Fred
him.
Armisen?
Fred Armisen. I joke around that I want to get like so many pictures with him that I can make a stalkery collage.
That's creepy.
I'm a little creepy. It's fine.
So, and you're also engaged. You recently got engaged. So both of you
I
are
did.
engaged to this lovely
Yeah,
woman
yeah.
who works in the library. She's a library.
She's a librarian.
Librarian.
Nice, I
who's
love
sort of
that.
sexy.
I know, I did too. Well, the thing is, I'm actually I'm a book whore. Like I love books and I read.
Oh, here it
like-
is. This is.
I read.
Very cute.
Yeah, that was
Love
us
it.
at the rap party.
You look like a little doll.
Yeah, you look great there.
Thanks.
I love that picture. I have to say, I like your longer hair.
Well, I got only the side cut off, so this
Of course.
side's still long. So,
Oh, I thought it was a mistake.
You should
I'm
show
sorry.
people the other way.
You're
Like you need to turn. and
ridiculous.
I need
show.
to be. Oh, so I have this.
Yeah,
side,
yeah, yeah.
This side
It's cute.
here,
I think it's cute.
and then I have this side.
Yeah.
And then it's dark in the back.
Because I have problems making decisions, so I just do everything in my hair and work it out. But I forgot what I was saying now.
So everybody, you got your girlfriend, your fiance.
I'm a book whore, and so anyway, so we met. I was like, "Oh, you're a librarian." So now it's awesome because now I can literally just text her anything I want.
Yeah,
and she brings it home. It's like a book delivery
Amazing.
service. It's amazing. So, and I also think that librarians are like the last bastion of free speech.
Do
Like,
people actually go?
Yeah.
Do people go to the library anymore?
Yes,
All
so
of them
many
go to the
people go to the
library.
library. Really.
And they still always make sure that kids know about libraries, go to libraries. My daughter loved the library.
My brother's 28 and a library whore as well. Like he goes all the time.
All the time he's in libraries.
Yeah.
This
And
kid
so-
always has like 20 books.
And well, in libraries, like you can get books, but you can also get DVDs. You can also get music.
Yeah.
If you want to check out something before you buy it, because you're not sure if you want it, you can go to the library, check it out for free.
Right.
Check it out and see if you want to buy it. You know, that kind of thing.
Computer breaks down, you go there
You can
for
go-
free. Why go to an internet cafe?
Yeah, you can go to the library and check out and do a computer if you
I
don't have a
haven't been to a
computer.
library in
and-
400 years, and there's one right by my house. And I'm always buying books on Amazon. I have to stop.
No, you have to go to the library.
Just go to the, it's
library.
free,
This is what I
Jason.
do. I go to the library. I get my book. Well, I don't go to the library. My books get delivered, but
Hey.
but I'll read the book, and then if I need and I go, oh, I have to read this book again, then I buy it. So I'm not just collecting like random, like massive amounts of books that I'm spending like $28 on.
And I hope you also donate to the libraries. They need books.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's a really good
Really?
point.
Yes, they
Yeah,
need
you can
stuff.
donate all your books to the
I should
library.
have done that.
Mhm.
I just gave a whole packet away.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that, but yeah, if you donate books to the library, they go through them. Anything that they don't want, they give to like Goodwill or whatever,
Or the prisons.
and then they.
I hope so.
It's true. They need
Sure,
books
I think
too.
it depends on the I don't know. I don't know very much about the inner workings of prisons, as it turns out. But yeah. So donate to your
Why don't
local
we see
library.
a little clip of Belinda's work? She's absolutely wonderful. Where was this clip taken in Seattle? It's in Seattle somewhere.
Oh, it's at Jai Thai, Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah, which is really cool, like indie comedy club. Have you ever been to Jai Thai?
No.
It's a Thai restaurant with a comedy club in the back.
I love it.
And it's really crazily decorated.
That's crazy.
It's pretty great, and they
Let's
do
play-
independent comedy shows there that are really well attended. They're really cool.
Oh, I love
But
that
I'm just
clip.
like totally, completely different from my family in a way that's so profound. Like I have 22 nieces and nephews because apparently my family went to the Sarah Palin School of Contraception. I'm like, it's not a clown car. You can just shut it down whenever you want. You don't have to see how many people fit in there. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. And so my niece calls me. My niece, she's going by Trixie now, and that's true. And she calls me 17 years old having a baby, and I'm like, yeah, I'll come to the baby shower. And I hate baby showers because like I'm the type of person that I know what to do at a dungeon party, but I have absolutely no fucking idea what to do at a baby shower. You know what I mean? And so I always end up in a baby gap, trying to decide between a monkey rattle or a pink elephant, or if I should just plan for her future and borrow a bottle of Bones Farm and a GED home study course. So I went with the elephant because in my family you should get one of those in the room. So she calls me, and the baby's name is Star. That's what she decided to name the baby. And I'm like, should I get her like my first stripper kit? Like what? Like you're asking for your child to ride the pole at the point you name him Star. I'm sorry if anybody in here is named Star. But I do have a job opportunity for her.
Hey, I'm Dean Cain, and you are watching T Radio V. I'm watching it too. Right now. Seriously.
Andy D on T Radio V. Bing bang bing boom, right?
Yeah.
Andy D on T Radio V. Bobbity bibbity bobbity boo. Andy D on T Radio V.
The
Andy Dick Show, Wednesdays from 4 to 6 p.m. on T Radio V.
Wow!
So
but
Paul-
we'll do it better when the show actually starts.
What it do is your man Money B from Digital Underground asking everybody to check out the Going Way Back show, your home for classic hip-hop, raw and uncut. Join me
and me, DJ Always,
as well as Ty Teasy bringing you the old school new news every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here
on T Radio V.
That's right, Radio in TV.
I'm Zoe Williams.
And I'm Dr. Mark Goulston.
I'm Jeff Brown.
And we make up the Zoe What Morning Show. You can find us here on TRadiov.com every Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I make you think.
He makes you laugh, and if I get a chance, I'll help you change.
Or make you cry with his attempts at humor.
Radio in TV.
Can you relate? We'll make it happen.
Look at you. What you doing?
Were you mumbling to yourself?
Hey, back there mumbling.
To them.
Hi, I'm Bob Nalbandian, and be sure to watch my show Inside Metal, which airs live every Tuesday from 3 to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on T Radio V. I'm going to be bringing in the greatest heavy metal artists live right here in the studio. Once again, every week at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, every Tuesday, right here at TRadiov.com, Radio in TV.
Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
And we're back at Absolutely Jason Stewart with my guest, Rebekah Kochan.
Kochan.
Think of coaching a football team.
He knows.
And I'm Dante Cochran.
That's right.
And Belinda Carell.
Carell.
So, Dante, you and Rebekah both wrote for Joan Rivers Fashion Police.
Yes, he did longer than I did. I came in at the very end.
And we actually wrote with one of the guys that's going to be on your show tonight,
Yeah,
Todd.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Todd
Great.
Masterson was one of the writers with us,
Right.
and Rob, you know
Tony
Rob
Tripoli?
Yes, Tony
I've
Tripoli.
had him on the show, yeah.
And Dennis Hensley.
Right. Do you have to actually have plastic surgery to be on the show?
Yes.
Hey!
Yes. Hilarious.
Maybe.
Because it seemed like everybody was getting injected after
Yeah,
all.
I know.
I mean, all of a sudden,
Rebekah's actually a black woman. That's what you don't know.
We know who you're
So
talking
much-
about, but that person you're talking about was also with her all day and maybe getting free plastic surgery.
I think
from
you're
her.
just getting free injections.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
Perhaps.
So tell us what it was like. What was she like?
It was magical.
She was amazing.
She was amazing, and she loved this girl.
I only got to spend like one real day with her, but it was a
One
magical
real day.
For those at home to know, most of the time she'll write the jokes, send them in, and then they'll discuss and say yay or nay, right?
Right.
No.
Well,
no, that's not true. That's
No,
not true.
I've heard that.
Here's exactly how it
Most of
works.
the time for me.
So, you get told on a Monday that you're going to receive 20 photos, and you're told to write 10 jokes for each photo. So that's 200 jokes.
Oy.
10 jokes for each photo. And then
Of which they're not going to pay you for unless they like them, right?
No, not true.
I've heard it all wrong. Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, you heard maybe that's how it was in the old days, but so you have to write 20 jokes, and then you send them in to Tony Tripoli, who was the head writer, by Tuesday, and then so he has them overnight, and then Wednesday morning at 11 in the morning, you drive to Melissa Rivers' home where Joan lived half of her life. She would spend like 4 days in New York and 3 days here every week.
Did she have her own plane, or how did she drive? I mean,
She was on American Airlines, and
Yeah.
I know this because she and I were flying. Where were we going?
I forget. We were going on the road somewhere.
But the town mattered because you said it to her.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And she was like, ugh.
Yeah, it was the first time I ever met her. I was writing for her, but I hadn't met her. It wasn't the right. I mean, like I wrote for her. When you first write, you send in your jokes, and if they want you, they'll let you know. But those made it to TV.
Right.
So by the next week, he's like, "You're going to meet with her next Wednesday," but we had to fly out and go do a gig. So she gets off the plane. First time I had ever met her in my life, I was like, "Joan, I write for you," and she was like, "Are you Dante?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she goes, "Oh, welcome aboard." And I was like, "This is Rebekah, and we're both comics. We're going to go perform in blah blah
I think
blah."
it was Tulsa.
In Tulsa,
Oh,
that's right.
Tulsa.
And she's
Ugh.
like, sorry to hear it.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll make better money with us, or something like that. And that was the first time we ever met her. But the rest of the day, she was going crazy. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I wrote there longer technically But she wrote there probably for like 3 or 4 weeks with us, but never got to go to the house because things got weird.
It sounds like a reality show, doesn't it?
It was.
It really was.
But she did write with me every week because that's 200 jokes I had to write, and it was much easier if we both spent time writing together. So she was getting jokes on the air without ever being credited for them all the time. So if Joan told a C-word joke, everyone knew that it came from me, but the C-word joke always came from her. She was like queen of the C-word jokes with Joan.
How long did you write for?
Over a year, a little over a year, and then we went on strike.
Yeah. Was Brian Cook on your writing team?
Yep, he was.
Yeah.
He was.
I know
Julie
Brian.
Goldman had written a while there.
Yeah, I guess.
It's just really, really hard.
Who else? The girl you just did a
Nadia
thing with.
Ginsburg.
Nadia Ginsburg.
Like-
But she wasn't there when I was there. There were 8 of us when I was there, and there was this one seat that every week some new person sat in, and each week they got fired. Every week. You never wanted to be in that seat. And I also had the worst seat of the table. Joan was where you are. Tony Tripoli was here. Every comic, all 9 of us, went around this table, and we had to tell 10 jokes from that one picture. So it's a picture of, Kim Kardashian. He tells 10, she tells 10, 10, 10. Now you get to me. I'm the 9th person.
Oh, God. And
There's
so
already
then
been
you're
90
like, yeah.
jokes. And I've been crossing off. So she and I would always write 20. But by the time it got to me, I had 7 left. But luckily, you would tell a joke about Kim Kardashian looking like a duck, and that would spark me
And go,
to
"Oh,
say
yeah,
that her
I can
ass
do,
looks
yeah."
like gorillas, blah, 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 baboons red, blah, blah, blah. And I'd write that out. And half the time, those were the jokes that made it because they were like
They were
funny to
instantaneous,
me,
yeah.
In the moment. So
in
you'd
the
be
moment.
writing as you were sitting.
Right.
Well, the thing is about joke writing is if you take a joke and then you think of the next logical progression and the next logical progression, the better the joke becomes.
Right.
So basically, you're having everybody else filter through you.
Right.
And then
it's also
create
the
a good
worst
joke.
seat. It's also the worst seat because everyone screws you out of.
So did they tell you where to
It
sit?
was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Wherever you came in, whatever empty seat that was, that's where you stayed for life. So Joan was always there. Tony Tripoli was always here. I was always here, and so
How was
on.
Melissa to work with?
Fine. I will actually say fine. Obviously, you see her on TV and you know that she's a little crazy and just.
Well, it's a show. You don't know what's real and what isn't
But it
real.
is a little bit real. She does overreact to things. But so what? I always enjoyed her. I always thought she was nice. Her son would be running around the house.
She seems like a really great mother.
She's a great mother, and her and Joan is the most classy woman. She would go into hair and makeup on a Wednesday morning where she's not on TV. It's just sitting around with writers dressed like us, or worse.
Well, you had to go into makeup. Did you see her without it?
No, I've never seen her without it.
In the documentary.
In the documentary where she's getting her makeup done.
That's right.
You know what's so funny? My favorite.
right,
This is my
yeah.
favorite Joan Rivers joke, and then we'll talk about some horror films. My favorite Joan Rivers joke was, "Oh, don't you ever say anything bad about Gary Busey? I love him. He'd drive me from New York to L.A. Didn't ask me for a cent for gas. Of course, I was in the trunk and I couldn't get to my pocketbook." I love that joke. I want to know who wrote it. I wonder who wrote it. I just love it.
I don't know.
So
She, real quick,
Yeah.
Joan took us both. I was doing warm up for the show one night. Took us into her little room like this, where she has a monitor with all of the jokes on it, and let her basically edit her entire act that night.
It was like the most magical
Oh,
afternoon
that's
of my
crazy.
life. Literally, like the whole time, my brain was
She
like
was doing jokes right in front of
exploding.
us to us, and then goes, "Rebecca, which one?"
And she was like, "Here, Rebecca, hold my joke book. And which one? Like, what do you think about this one?" And the whole time, I was just like, "Meh." I mean, on the inside, I was dying.
Oh,
But it was
sure,
the
sure.
Well, she was
greatest thing.
80,
on the outside, you were
81,
probably, you know,
right?
hey.
81
Totally.
when she passed.
81,
81, and it was the only time anybody said that someone at that age too soon.
Well, she was like
Right.
86, I think. Actually,
No, 81.
No, she was 81 because we had
Julia?
just celebrated her 80th.
Oh,
Did she? Maybe, who knows? Maybe she was lying.
Well, I think that's why Melissa's suing the doctor. It's because everybody's
Well, you
just
know,
like,
it's
How about don't go in for throat surgery at 81 when you know it's just to get rid of,
Well, she was having trouble speaking. You
I
could
don't
see on the
think
show.
so.
No, you could see on the show.
I don't know about
She
that.
had been, but you don't go
Well,
into
didn't
it.
she go in for polyps? Like she went in for
Right,
don't
but
know
you don't
about
go
that.
in for a day thing. You go into a real hospital.
Right.
Yes.
That's why I think it was plastic surgery. Because if it was truly polyps or something, you go to a
You
real
go to a
doctor.
hospital
You don't
and
go to
say,
a
"Hey,
plastic
I've got-"
surgeon and say, "Can you remove my polyps?"
well, usually when it is one of those
Oh, is
boutique
that what
places, it
happened?
is
I
for
think so.
plastic
That's what
surgery.
I think.
But I don't know.
It
We
was a
don't know.
surgery center, and it wasn't an actual hospital.
Right. It was a surgery center.
Correctamundo.
right, and he didn't have the antidote to her anesthesia or something. I've read a little bit about it,
Correctamundo.
but yeah.
Well, she just, she's also
yeah,
an
really
older
too
woman.
soon,
I mean,
know.
I don't really think anybody kills.
I thought she was
going to
be George Burns and be alive till she was
Me
101.
too. Me too.
Yeah. So tell us about your new thriller that's that's coming out?
I just did a movie called Deadly Sanctuary, excuse me, with Dean Cain, Eric Roberts, Daniel Baldwin, and me, and I played this reporter, and we just went to the premiere, and Dante.
Show us
I'm such
the
an
killer.
asshole face.
You've been in a lot of films.
And some other dude, I don't know his name.
No, and Dante.
Show us the picture of you on the. There's just a really cool poster with you on it. It's another one you did called Killer.
When a Killer Calls.
When a Killer Calls. I loved it. It's just so great. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
that's
big
great.
CGI boobs in that picture.
I mean, but
Good CGI
it's
boobs,
so
right?
like When a Stranger Calls.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So what do you have coming up? You guys tell us.
So we run a room every Monday night in Los Angeles called Sal's on Melrose.
It's Sal's Comedy Hall.
And it's great, isn't it?
I
You've
love
played it?
working
And I
there.
now wish I was staying here till Monday just so I could do this show.
Jason plays it all the time.
Yeah, I love
It's
it.
a really
Love it.
fun room, and
It is.
you go into this Italian
Italian.
restaurant, and it's the best Italian restaurant in the
so
area.
good.
And then you walk through a hallway, and all of a sudden you're in a 150-seat real comedy club with real sound, real seats, some couch seating for VIPs
Oh my
or
God, it
whatever.
sounds so much like
And food.
like Jai
And
Thai in
great
Seattle.
food.
That's awesome.
It's so fun.
And there's
Anytime you're
no
back.
food or drink minimum. Like Sal is just, he loves comedy so much, he's not making you buy two
He's
drinks.
amazing.
Or
It's a little treasure hidden right in
It
the middle,
sure
right
is.
off
It
Melrose
is.
between
What's
Highland.
the address?
It's on-
7356.
Yeah.
And it's right off Melrose between
And
Highland, rather La Brea and Fairfax.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Fuller, right?
Okay.
And Belinda tonight is going to be in the Jason Stewart and Friends show at the Long Beach Laugh Factory. And if we need to get a hold of anybody, you all have website. I know you have a website together.
Right, comicdante.com, because it has like a whole page on Rebekah, and we travel together.
Right. So
Like,
you guys
so,
have your,
yeah.
which I think is really sweet. And you have of course BelindaCarroll.org.
.org.
O-R-G.
Because .com was taken by this woman that wanted to be a life coach, and then she never did anything with it. So it just says Belinda Carroll, transform your life, and then nothing.
and then
I'm
there's
like,
no life to transform.
And then there's no life to transform. So
And if you forget any of this-
BelindaCarroll.com, if you're listening right now, I would like my domain. So I don't have to be in org anymore.
It's okay. Orgs are fine. If anybody wants to get a hold of them, they forget, just go to jasonstewart.com, Stuart. Thank you so much,
Thanks.
everyone.
Thank you so much
buddy.
for having us.
Take care until next week, everybody.
Yay, we did it.
You are watching T Radio V. Radio and TV.